Hi guys, today we're going to focus on Module 3, Lesson 6, Rational Numbers on a Rational Number Line. We do have vocabulary words first. The first one is a rational number. A rational number is a real number that can be written as a simple fraction. And I want you to remember most numbers that we deal with every day are rational numbers. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example on how to do this, and it's pretty simple. It's kind of like what we did yesterday, so I don't think you guys will have that much trouble with it. You are going to draw a number line, so go ahead and draw your number line now. Okay, and we're going to have, let's see, label this 0, -1, and +1. And then we are going to label these. We're going to do 10 lines in between, I'm sorry, 9 lines between 0 and 1. And then 9 on the other side as well. Okay? Now I want you to, we're going to graph seven tenths. Okay? First thing I want you to do is look at it and remember what we said in class today. We said that if there's nothing given here, we have to assume or try and figure out what each integer tick mark represents. So we see 0 here and 1 here, so all of these aren't going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because 0 and 1, those are whole numbers. That means the tick marks in between 0 and 1 are going to represent decimals or fractions. I'm going to go with fractions to make it easiest for us, unless it specifies otherwise. And you can also see we're dealing with fractions here, so we're going to label it fraction. This is going to be 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and of course 1 would be 10/10. And then you can do the negative side as well. Keep going, 10, 10, 10, and 10. And then we're just going to graph 7/10. Okay? That's really all they're asking you to do. They will have something like this, so let's draw another number line. We'll make it shorter. And this one I want you to label, let's see, like that. We'll make this 2, 1, 0, 1, and 2. This would be negative, of course. Okay, and then we are going to cut and put 3 lines inside of these. Okay, here we're going to graph, let me think, 9/4. Okay, we're going to graph 9/4 here. So, since we're given the fraction, we're looking at 9/4. I can use this to determine what my fraction, or each tick mark is going to represent. Each tick mark is going to represent 1/4. So I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and I'm going to continue on. 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, and 2 would be also be 2 is equivalent to 8/4. Okay? And then go on the other side and do it for the negative side as well. -1/4, -2/4, -3/4, -4/4, -5/4, -6/4, -7/4, -8/4. And now that I figured that out, I can plot my point. I have to graph 9/4, so I count 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, 8/4. Oop, I didn't go far enough. I need to add another line. 9/4 right here. Okay, if I had to make this into, sometimes they'll ask you to make the integer, oops, I ran out of ink, make the integer into a decimal, or they'll ask you to label whatever integers on the number line as a decimal. So I'm going to make a dot on a number. Let's see, let's go with 5/4. So they want to make the integer into a decimal, so that's 5/4, or I need to figure out what 5/4 is as a decimal, so we have to do division. 4 outside of the door, 5 inside the house. 4 goes into 5 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Make a decimal, add or drop a 0. 4 goes into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. Add another 0 and drop. 4 goes into 25. So this is 5/4 or 1.25 for the integer. That's really all there is to it. I hope you guys understand this. If you have questions, write them down. We'll talk about them in the morning. Other than that, have a good night. See you tomorrow.